look at quickly is shapes and designs, which is problem 1.1. It's actually the first problem of the entire seventh grade curriculum, sorting polygons. So that should also be on your table. And we want you just to take a few moments to read through the problem and what it asks students to do, and then consider the question, what do you think the main purpose of this problem is? So if you wouldn't mind just taking a few moments to look through that.
Yeah.
So if we put that together, after taking a look at the problem, what do you think, what's your thought on what you think the main purpose of this problem might be? What's problem 1.1 of Shapes and Designs all about? Say that again. What do you think the main purpose of this problem would be?
Not just asking.
Oh,
Yeah. There you go.
I just think it's awareness that there's differences and what are the commonalities, what are the differences amongst the shapes.
Yeah, just to finally start sorting them, and then even I said like some of the shapes can fit into multiple categories that they come up with. So just that idea of like you can have more than one area that you can separate it into. That's the point.
Other ideas?
I think it's a great opportunity just to have kids talking, and they might group their shapes in one way, and you might walk by and think, oh God, wow, they don't really have it. But then once you ask them, oh, tell me about how you group them that way, then you, like you said, it might be a lot more mathematical and insightful than you even realize. So.
You want to add any other comments or thoughts about what you think purpose?
Oh,
Go ahead.
all right. I was just gonna say, like, just getting comfortable with the idea that like there is structure somewhere in here, like shapes. They do have these similarities between them, and that's why they're grouped. But like not going into specifics yet, but letting them kind of just find that on their own.
And do you have something to say?
Well, and it's kind of pulling on their prior knowledge to kind of see where they're at, so they understand how parallelograms, rectangles, and squares are all related, or do they separate those out? How do they look at shapes, and how do they?
So again, our take on it is, this is just our take, is that this is really, kids have learned about shapes since they were in elementary school and primary school. And this is reviewing previously learned concepts. It's right embedded in the problem, and it really provides access to their prior knowledge, finding out what they think. Like you said, they might have them shaped, and you might be looking at like, how could that all have something in common? And then when you speak to the kids, they might have these great insights. Is it a strong formative assessment tool, finding out where your kids are at, where their misconceptions are, what you need in order to move forward and help them be successful in the unit. And then it really sets the stage so that students can move forward. They don't have to master everything here. I think that's hopefully what you're walking away with. And I think Cindy and I, it took us years to figure this out about problem 1.1. Is that like, it took us a while to figure this out, but we now approach it as, okay, this is an introduction. We always think of 1.1 in that way. Nothing has to be mastered. When you leave 1.1, it's setting the stage, and it's helping be a tool for us to see where our kids are at that point in time. So we hope you'd have time to look at some other things, but unfortunately we don't. We're running out of time. But we do want to just, for a few moments, think about questions or comments. What did you notice while examining additional problems? Any common ideas emerge? And do you have any new thoughts or ideas that we haven't discussed, or any ahas that you kind of are going to walk away with going, oh, now I get it? Or did something strike you today that now you're going to walk away with, and that's what you learned?
Well, I'm wondering more. It's moving away just from 1.1, but the issue of where I am in the unit itself. If I'm in investigation 1, can I carry that thought through, knowing I have investigation 2 and 3? Do I not worry about getting everybody at that same place until a certain point through the unit? So I'm not worried about mastering 1.1. I'm good with that now, but what I'm seeing this year, and we're starting to have conversations about, is maybe in 2.1, it's almost the same thing. I don't need to stop everything and just get everybody on board before I go to 2.2. And that's what's killing us pacing-wise, because people are doing that.
Right.
I was just talking to somebody at lunchtime today, and we were talking kind of about that, that they don't need to master it until right before the quiz. So you have 4 or 5 problems, they don't get in 1-1, that's okay, you have time to do it.
To highlight is just this idea of, depending on what the focus question is, right? So knowing your mathematical goals, you need to know what it is, because that's not always the case, right? So it's really knowing your kids and the mathematics that you need to address. And what we also, hope that you get if you get a chance to look back at that packet of just a packet of 1.1 problems. One of the things that Jen and I kind of had an aha in doing this is that not every problem 1.1 is created equal either, right? So again, the reason we did the shapes and designs is because that feels a lot more like pulling past knowledge. Okay guys, remember the shapes can be classified and this is how we do it. Feels a lot different than launching jumping jacks when it's like, okay, what do you, show me a graph and actually create it and use that as a way to launch, different conversation. So the idea of, is it really, what's your primary purpose? Formative assessment, setting the stage for the context, setting the stage for the mathematical ideas, all those kinds of pieces. And that will, again, as you said, help with your pacing, knowing the unit and where it goes. So thank you.